Breaking news now on Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Breaking news into the newsroom. A Hartford man is dead after a shooting just before 7 p.m. tonight. Thank you so much for joining us on Fox 61 News at 10. I'm Annette Montgomery. Right now, police are on scene investigating that serious shooting on Broadview Terrace. You're taking a look at video right now from the scene. Now, when officers arrived, they found a man in his 30s with gunshot wounds. He was rushed to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. The Major Crimes and Crime Scene divisions are leading the investigation, but limited details have been released at this time. As soon as we learn any more information, we will update you on air and on fox61.com. And as this breaking story develops, stay with us on Fox 61 on air and online, or you can use the free Fox 61 News app. You can use that QR code on your screen right now to download the app. Well, it was a beautiful start to the weekend, but is that stretch of nice weather staying as you may look to heading to the Big E? Meteorologist Sam Sampieri has an answer with the first check of our forecast. Sam?
Yes, it's going to be a fairly nice weekend, fair weekend, right? Temperatures are going to be fine. We might have a spot shower. Right now, we're cooling down in the 50s and lower 60s across the region. Little light flow, little light wind out there, but nothing too much. And you can see we have mainly clear skies across all of the Northeast. This is going to be a front that's going to be moving down in our direction during the weekend, but doesn't have a lot of moisture, and it's not going to give us any severe weather. So overnight, mainly clear, cool, some upper 40s in the cooler towns to the lower and middle 50s for most inland areas. Some of the urban centers, particularly down here in New Haven and Bridgeport, will average in the low 60s. We get up tomorrow morning, lots of clouds, nice evening. There could be a spot sprinkle or shower with high temperatures topping out in the mid 70s for the most part. A nice day shaping up. Great day for the Big E, for all the fairs. I'll be back in a few minutes and we'll talk about the rest of the weekend, time out the potential for a shower or two on Sunday. And how long will this warm weather last? I'll have the details coming up in a few minutes. Annette?
Thank you so much, Sam. Well, a deadly crash involving a town worker in Enfield is now under investigation tonight. Police say 42-year-old Jamie Nickerson died after being hit while operating a Department of Public Works lawnmower on North Main Street this afternoon. The driver of the car was also seriously injured and taken to the hospital. The Enfield Police Traffic Division is now leading that investigation. If you have any information that can help, please contact police. And now at 10, after a 33-hour manhunt, authorities say Charlie Kirk's suspected killer has been caught. They say it's the man you see running away after shooting Kirk at Utah Valley University Wednesday afternoon. And here's what we know about the suspect. He's 22-year-old Tyler Robinson. Officials say he had no criminal record, and while he was registered to vote, he was not affiliated with a political party. They also say he was inactive, meaning he had not voted in at least the last two general elections. The Utah Board of Education says he was a third-year student in the electrical apprenticeship program at Dixie Technical College. But they did say he did attend Utah State University for one semester back in 2021. And let's break down the evidence that connects Robinson to this shooting. Family members told detectives that Robinson had recently become more political and saw Kirk as a person spreading hate. Robinson's father recognized him from the released photos. Apparently, he worked with the youth pastor to encourage Robinson to turn himself in. They say Robinson refused at first, but then changed his mind. Authorities say a friend of Robinson's showed them a series of messages on Discord, a social media platform. They say that's where Robinson discussed obtaining a gun. Authorities say when he was arrested, he was also wearing clothes consistent with surveillance photos of the person of interest. Now, some of the other evidence collected included a bolt-action rifle and shell casings with engraved inscriptions that read messages like, "Hey, fascist, catch."
This is not good for us. It is not good to consume. Social media is a cancer on our society right now. And I would encourage people to log off, turn off, touch grass, hug a family member, go out and do good in your community.
And tonight, reaction is still pouring in here in Connecticut and across the country after millions of people saw the assassination of Charlie Kirk Wednesday. And the graphic and disturbing video made its way onto several social media platforms, which is leaving many concerned about the mental health effects it can have on those watching. Fox 61's Alicia Hercules spoke with a social media expert about how easy it is to access videos in situations like this one and how you can avoid them.
When scrolling on social media, many people went from seeing lighthearted videos to seeing the shocking video of Charlie Kirk's assassination, something they say they'll never forget. It's a video that shocked the world. Political activist Charlie Kirk was on stage at Utah Valley University for a Turning Point USA event when he was shot in the neck. Several videos captured the graphic shooting from different angles and the moments after as people ran for cover. Marley Hughes says he can't get the video out of his head.
Unfortunately, I did see the video like a lot of other Americans did. It's just so horrible.
Sarah Peck says she was lucky enough to not see the video, but is heartbroken for anyone else who did.
Anything like that should not be on the internet, accessible to children or anybody in general. No one should be witnessing somebody's death.
Peck fears that footage of violent events like this could cause major mental issues for people.
I think it kind of like desensitizes people and becomes like commonplace. So people kind of accept it as a norm from seeing it so much that they don't really see it as not okay.
In the same week, another graphic video made its way to the internet showing the murder of a 23-year-old Ukrainian refugee who was stabbed to death on a train in Charlotte, North Carolina.
It's obviously disturbing, heartbreaking, horrible. And we live in an age now where it is accessible to virtually everyone on a device in our pocket.
John Powers, an assistant professor for the School of Communications at Quinnipiac University, says avoiding these kinds of videos today is extremely difficult. During previous traumatic historic events like the JFK assassination or 9/11, it was easier to avoid it by staying away from TV or newspapers. Powers says although there are certain guidelines in place on social media apps, these videos can still easily be found online. To avoid these graphic videos, someone can do things like disable the autoplay feature on all social media platforms or restrict sensitive content. Powers also recommends taking some time away from social media, especially after seeing something graphic.
I think a social media break is helpful and healthy at any time, let alone after something like this.
Powers says these social media breaks should be a day or even longer depending on how much time the person needs. In Hamden, Alicia Hercules, Fox 61.